Hello everybody, welcome to another Fundamental Games game preview of a game that is on Tabletop Simulator and is actually going to be on Kickstarter, or might already be by the time this airs on June 8th. This is Deliverance. This is built by Andrew Lowen of Lowenhigh Games, and he's been working at it for quite some time. But I just wanted to share 5 things I like about the game from what I understand it so far. Keeping in mind I have not played through the game start to finish, but I have watched many videos and watched it develop over the past few years, and I've really enjoyed seeing what Andrew's done with his company, Next Level Web, to advertise other people's games while in tandem developing his own game, Deliverance. So 5 things that I like about it. First off is the premise of the game. You do not see Christian-themed fantasy dungeon crawler-esque games anywhere, anyhow. So he has kind of built his own theme that doesn't exist anywhere. We have seen Christian-based games before and angel and demon-based games before, but I don't think any quite as intermixed as this that has true characters from the tales in the Bible or whatnot, or excerpts from different parts of the readings. And so I don't know a ton about the religion myself. I'm not that inclined, but I do enjoy the fact that Andrew was able to combine the worlds of fantasy and Christian religion in a way that isn't over the top, but is still definitely there. And with his legion of followers on Facebook and his email group and everywhere else I've seen this game, I can tell that it is striking a positive chord with people of both the board gaming community and people of faith. So I think that is a testament to what he's done. If we read just the one-liner description of the game here, it says that Deliverance is a cooperative adventure that unfolds over multiple battles between the angelic host and their demonic enemies. A battle is won when all demons are defeated. A game is won when all demons, including the fallen prince, are defeated, and the game is lost if the angels are defeated. And that can be through a number of different reasons there. So again, first thing I like is the premise of the game. Second thing I like is the characters, the asymmetrical characters that you have the choice to be in a game. Again, you can play this solo or you can play it with other players. If you play solo, you have something called an intercessor as a bonus or a side companion, I think it is. But the main characters here, we have Uriel, the Flame of God. He's got abilities like Scorch and Firebrand, Inner Fire, and Crucible. You have Azrael, the Angel of Death, with a Locust Swarm and a Spectral Walk. You have Christine, the Voice of Thunder, with energy charges and lightning stabs. You have Shula, the Keeper of Light. She's light-footed, has starlight and glow and a force beam. Michael, the Archangel, advance, overhand, inner strength, and mighty smite. Miko, the River Watcher, ebb and flow, rainfall, typhoon spear. Sardius, the Stonebender, shifts the earth and smashes molten shield and sinkhole. And finally, Gabriel, the Messenger of God. He has the field medic ability, a shield, flight, and stab. Each of these characters also has a faith or a prey ability, which is important for a different aspect of the game. And so these are asymmetric characters. I really like how they all have their own different stats on the left-hand side of their board. And then they each have their own special abilities that are unique to them. So each time you play, you could be playing as different characters. You can see here at least 8 different characters. And so you may have a different outlook on the game or strategy and how you're going to help defeat the darkness that comes in there. So really like that aspect of it. Third thing I like is that this does have a variable map system. So there are 8 map tiles in here. And I'll just pull a few of them out for example. But what will happen is it depends on the setting that you end up playing and what difficulty and what demons come out as to what specific maps may create your board. So we might have a game with these 2 maps, or we might have a game with these 2 maps, and so it changes where the enemies are going to be. That's what those icons on these maps represent, is where you might see the saints or where you might see the demons, and may change the way you strategize over time. So it's got 8 of those. And then it also has a variable setting for the princes that you might be. So there are a couple of 6 different Fallen Prince cards at the time of launch here. Here's just a couple examples. Antiochus, the Prince of Greece. We have Deva, the Prince of Persia. We'll pull out one more just so you can see one more, but we'll pull them all out. Why not? We've got time, right? Baal, the Silent. We have Herod the Great. We have the Euphrates Frogs, Armus and Morbus. And then we have Our Name is Legion. And they each have their own individual specific powers and abilities and ways that you'd have to overcome them. They would all come with their own standees. We can see here Baal. And then they also have their own decks. So again, a lot of variation in what could happen. These decks help indicate what they might do on a turn and how they may interact on the map or in battle. And so it's just really cool that not only is your game going to be different based on the character you play, but also based on the demon that you go up against, or demons in some cases. So I like that. That's the third thing. Fourth thing I like is the board here. This is the darkness board. Now this is a little bit separate from the map board, and what it does is cards will be laid out here, and as the game progresses, these things are going to influence what's happening in your gameplay session, and it may make the demons more likely to attack you or cause injury. Most of the time it's not going to benefit you, if ever. And so part of your efforts in this game is to keep the darkness at bay through efforts that you might have on your characters or different prayers and abilities you could have. And again, I haven't done a playthrough. I've only watched what can happen, and I thought it was just neat that is a balancing fact that you have to keep in mind. And then there is a battle deck as well that takes place here with different cards and abilities. So that is the fourth thing I like. And then the fifth thing I like is just how they put this tabletop simulator together. So I didn't do it as an example here, but they do have a setup game option, and it will reset the boards and reset the game. It'll apply a map for you and pick an enemy. It's not going to work properly at this point in time because I've already messed it up showing you all the components. But there you can see another one of the variable maps. But it's neat how they did have that kind of scripted into the works so that you don't have to do all the work of setup yourself. And then of course it's got the rule book here. And on the right hand side, they were kind enough to include how to add talents to your demons. So it tells you how to adjust your difficulty level, how to choose a prince, their deck, and so all of that stuff is there. So just like how they kept in mind that this is a digital version and there's things they could do to step up their game, pun intended, to support getting the game set up, which is one of the harder parts of tabletop simulators, just figuring out the setup to begin with. So there you go. I picked Michael. All the other characters disappear, and it just goes through a setup cycle. All right, that is all I wanted to show you about Deliverance. I will be doing a Kickstarter campaign review probably a week or two after it's live, just to have a look at their video and their page and what they've managed to fund in the first week or two. So that'll be fun to talk about. And then if time permits, I may do a game playthrough in solo mode on my other channel, my Westwood Brewery channel. But thank you again for watching, and have a wonderful day.